Welcome back on this Wednesday morning. We do hope your day is off to a fantastic start. Well, listen to this. A popular weight loss drug just got more affordable. This means hope for millions. Right now, 4 out of 10 people across the country struggle with obesity that can lead to other serious health problems.
So let's take a look at the top weight loss drugs. Here they are. Without insurance coverage, the cost for Ozempic, Rybelsus, Wegovy, and Mounjaro is between $900 and $1,300.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is. And new this week, we just learned Zepbound is making a change that will drastically reduce the cost of its weight loss drug, especially for people if you're paying out of pocket.
So joining us this morning with more on this drug is internal medicine Dr. Frank Contessessa. Dr. Contessessa, good to see you. Welcome back to Morning on Merit today.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. You know, drug maker Eli Lilly, they're behind this new drug. They announced Zepbound will come in vials now. And we know that with it and most other popular weight loss drugs usually come a pre-measured auto injector. So how does this lower the cost?
Well, it seems that a lot of the cost and supply issues have been the production of these auto injectors. It's a spring-loaded syringe. You basically kind of just hold it against the skin, push one button, and automatically the dose is delivered into the body. So what they're doing is they're putting it into vials, which means the patient has to, insert the needle into the vial, draw it up into a syringe, and inject it themselves. It's certainly something that most people are capable of doing. Some people find it a little bit uncomfortable to do. So that's one of the changes that they're doing is removing that auto injector from the problem. It's only the lowest 2 doses. It's the 2.5 and the 5 milligram dose. Sometimes people take up to 12 or 15 milligrams of these drugs. So it's going to help people to some degree. And they've reduced the price from about over $1,000 to about $400. So it will be more affordable for people.
Yeah, and to your point, Dr. Contessessa, making that change to a vial lowers the price, as you said, to nearly $500, maybe a little over $400, and that is for a 4-week supply. So we're wondering, do you think other drug makers might follow suit and do the very same thing?
Well, people are looking to Novo Nordisk, who makes Ozempic and Wegovy. So these drugs are all very similar. They work it's confusing because they use the same drugs for diabetes and for weight loss. It's the exact same drug. They just put it under a different name. So people are looking to Novo Nordisk to see if they're going to also lower prices. Every time I talk about these drugs, I also want to emphasize, yes, these are very helpful to a lot of people. But as you said, 4 out of 10 adults in this country are overweight or obese. I would really like to address the root causes, if you will, of obesity and diabetes, which is, a diet and lifestyle.
Yeah. And those are very important distinctions to make when it comes to getting healthy overall. With so many options out there, doctor, what advice would you give anyone considering taking a weight loss drug?
Well, I'll tell you, I talk about this a lot with patients, and I want to preface this by saying I do prescribe these drugs. I think they are effective, but I'm very selective about the patients that I prescribe them to. I really try my hardest to counsel them on lifestyle and diet and exercise before I prescribe them. I don't automatically write a prescription for these drugs. I sit down with them. I take the time, go over a meal plan, go over an exercise plan, because the majority of people can achieve weight loss and better health through lifestyle. Now, there are people who need this help, and they can be very effective.
I'm glad you pointed that out. Responsible medicine is what we as patients hope for in our practitioners.
And what we appreciate.
Exactly. So thank you for your frankness, Dr. Frank Contessessa. We appreciate your time and hope to see you soon.
Thanks for having me.